Hey y'all, welcome back. I'm Jesse Petersen and I teach art journaling here at Let's Make Art. And today I have a really fun project for you. It's called the broken dish. So this is what it looks like. Just some paper and gold gouache that we're gonna do, but the idea behind this is really the fun part. So let's talk about the supplies first. We're gonna use some collage paper. If you have collage paper sitting around, you can use that. I designed this to work with all our supplies, but you can do whatever you like there. So collage paper, we're going to use some gold gouache. And this gold gouache may look like this for you in our subscription box, but don't worry, it is not dried up forever. It will reconstitute if you get it wet. So you can see that it just comes back to life like that, so no problem. If we're using gouache from a tube, then you know it's gonna work for you how it needs to work. But either way, they're gonna be great. And we also have some Yes paste that we're gonna use that looks like this for our collaging. So all of our projects are based on a prompt and a technique. So today's prompt is explaining this broken dish technique and what it was inspired by, which I love this. If you haven't heard of Kintsugi, that's what this idea is about. It translates to golden repair, and it's a centuries-old Japanese art of fixing broken pottery. Instead of getting rid of something after we broke it and thinking like, well, that's garbage, they take the broken pieces and they use this lacquer, gold lacquer, and repair those broken places. Instead of using like an invisible glue that you couldn't see the cracks, they actually use that gold or metallic sort of glue to put the pieces together so you can emphasize what's broken and see the beauty in that. Isn't that cool?
Add to its quality. It's so neat. It's such a creative way to make broken things look beautiful again.
Yeah, instead of hiding the broken, they display it with like pride. And I love that. I love that idea. So this is something that you can think about in your art journaling, and you can do it different ways. I'm going to show you one technique. We'll talk through some other things that you could try. You can maybe try writing about a challenge that ended up changing you for the better if you want it on this opposite page here. This is just kind of a way to think new about your art and your journal and your whole process there, if that makes sense. Okay, so for the broken dish part of this technique, we're gonna trim down a piece of collage paper first. So let's get started doing that. I'm just gonna use this because I always have this on hand. You can totally use a pair of scissors if you like, that's just fine. And I'm looking at this width here. It's about that wide. So I'm just going to trim it. We'll just use scissors, that's easy. Okay. I just want it to be a little bit less wide than my paper. Can you see that? That makes sense, all right?
I think that makes sense.
Okay, so I'm just gonna cut it here. And so that's about the right width. Then I'm gonna just cut it here. And we can use this other paper, let's see, right about there, left over for another project in our journal, which is just fine. So I'm not being precious, I'm just cutting it. I might cut that just a teeny bit straighter, but it's fine. We're not trying to make something perfect here because we're making something broken.
That's right.
Okay, now last week we did this layered writing like this. If you didn't see that tutorial, check it out. It's super, I don't know, like cathartic, therapeutic, kind of nice. Like nice to just get your thoughts out on paper. You could use that as an underlayer for this, and that could be really fun too. All right, so I'm just gonna get crazy and start tearing this.
I was gonna ask if you have a plan when you start to rip it, or a general shape, or does it just, does it matter?
That's such a good question. So you could go for it however you want. I was thinking I want to make it similar to what you guys saw, so I'm actually like looking at the shape and tearing it that way, but you don't have to do that. You can tear it however you want, but that's a good question. So I got this piece like that. Whew. I think the first time I made that, I just tore it, so. Feels good to tear it up.
Yeah, it's cool too.
I saw one of those videos that like babies that laugh at random stuff, and one of them was like, have you ever seen that tearing paper baby laugh video?
Jesse, I've watched many laughing baby videos, and yes, I have seen
So
that.
good. I love it. He rips the paper and the baby's like just giggling. It's like the best. I tried it with my babies. They didn't think that tearing paper was
like, why are
funny.
you doing this?
They're just like, huh.
Yeah. Oh, you got to get them right in the sleepiest of modes, like right before they fall asleep, and then do something weird, and they just lose it.
I'm kind of like that as a grown-up.
Absolutely.
Like, everything that Robbie says at really late hours is hilarious. He's like the funniest person I know at that point. Okay, so this is shaping up like this, you know. We got that going on. Now, like I said, you could really take this opportunity to follow that prompt and journal some things that like are going on in your life that you want to sort of reframe and think about in a new way. You could totally do that under this layer. You could do it like we were showing you that way. But for this, I'm just going to show you how to do this really quickly, and then we can talk more about, you know, some of the things that inspired this or what got us thinking about it. Okay, so I'm going to get my yes paste. So you're just thinking about putting this back together like a puzzle, but just like a little bit farther apart. So you'll see. Let me just get this one on there first. And I'm going to use my yes paste right here on my mat, because if I get glue on my mat, it just washes off with water, and that's just fine. But I thought this might be able to, you could see the shape of it a little better with this blue in the background. Lost my glue.
It disappears easily.
Okay, so this is like icing on a cake, right? You just put a glob, that's what we said before, and I thought it was a good analogy, and just spread it around. It's thin, just want to use a thin little bit. And this activates with water. So if it's a little sticky in spots and you're not able to get it to really move, you can wet it a little bit. I just caution you to not use too much water so it doesn't change the integrity of your paper. You don't want your paper getting like super warped. Although if it did, it would probably still look cool. I have a little paint left on my palette knife that is coming off with the glue, which is, it's fine. I embrace the messy. I think messy things are beautiful, so it all works out.
And broken things.
Yes, messy, broken. It's all in the way that you look at it. Okay, so I'm just gonna start this one right up here at the top. I'm just gonna center it kind of, but however it lands is gonna be just fine. All right, so there we go, there's the first one. Now, gotta put the puzzle back together. Here we go. So we'll do this one next. And so I'm gonna just paste it a little bit further away from that so we can really see the crack there, the tear, you know. All right, do this one.
A cracked piece of paper.
Well,
That'd
the
be
pottery
cool.
that it's based on the idea is a crack, but this is torn. So I was torn between saying crack
I
or
understand,
tear.
I got you.
You know what I mean, right?
Wish I could art a cracked piece of paper though, but tear works just as well, I guess. Interesting concept.
I don't know. I think it's a cool concept to think about when you're making art, because sometimes we set out to make something and it doesn't quite look like we thought it was going to turn out. And that is, this Kintsugi idea is a kind of neat way to look at failure as an opportunity to make something beautiful anyway. So if you're making art and you're like, oh man, this looks like a giant failure in my journal, I don't know what I'm going to do, then you can think about this idea and what you could do to layer on top of it or to accentuate that and turn it into something beautiful still. Does it make sense?
It makes total sense.
Okay, so yeah, I just pushed that one just a little further away from that. That's good, looking nice. I might need a little bit more glue under there. Oh. Oh, so good. Okay. All right.
I mean, that already looks cool.
Remember, if you get your hands sticky, you can always just put it in your water and that glue comes right off, which is nice.
That is nice.
Also great for aprons for drying your hands.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Now let's see, I might choose this bigger piece next because then that last piece will go in a little easier. So this is why I said make it a little bit smaller, because when you spread the paper out a little bit, you'll still have room without it coming off the paper, if that makes sense. All right, more glue.
So I Googled Kintsugi.
Yeah?
Which is Kintsugi.
Oh yeah, if you want to know how to look that up, you're going to need to know how to spell it or you might not find it.
It definitely tricked me. But there's a quote from Ernest Hemingway. Can I share it?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Okay, this quote is, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward many are strong at the broken places." And it has a picture of a broken bowl that was repaired with that gold lacquer. And it is just really profound and really cool. And I enjoyed that a lot. I actually sent it to a brother.
Oh my gosh, I love that. It's cool because like none of us go through life without failure or like things that we're disappointed about, or I don't even think any of us really go through life without breaking a dish, right? Like I'm pretty sure we all dropped a dish and saw it break. And I just like that. I like the idea that like, that's okay. We can be okay with that. And we can honor the broken and give it a new story. My mom was telling me, so we grew up with some like flow blue china dishes in our house that were passed down in our family. And I was talking to my mom about them, and one of them she was super sad about got broken. And I was telling her about this journaling thing that we're doing, and she was like, oh my gosh, that makes me so excited. Maybe we should repair that dish, you know, for my grandma or whatever, and then, you know, it will have a new story. And I was like, I love that.
That is so cool.
I love that. That would be so fun. So I don't know how to repair pottery in that way, but I want to learn so that I can give my grandma's dish a new story.
That would be awesome.
Okay, so just putting this on here, like I said, a little farther away from that one. And if it's crooked, whatever, it's all right, it's fine. Get that down, nice and smooth. Like it. Okay, now we're gonna go with the last piece. Just like icing on the cake, right? Get a glob on there and then just smooth it out.
We all know chocolate icing's the best.
You always tend to talk about food and somehow chocolate comes up.
It's my favorite subject.
Maybe you should do cooking videos or
If
food
I could
videos.
cook, I would try that.
Maybe you just be the guy who tastes it.
Ooh, I'll be the taste tester. Invite different people to cook for us.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Could you do that today for lunch? Can you invite someone to cook for us and we could taste it?
I'll ask Brock. He's a good cook.
He is. Okay. This is the last one here. This glue goes a long way, so you can use that a lot if you're just using a thin amount, just so you know. Put this one right here. And you know, it's not, the bottom's not really lining up totally, but that's fine. It looks cool. Looks cool like that.
Yeah, I like that.
And I designed this paper because I was thinking about those dishes and I don't know. It kind of echoes that same idea. It's fun. All right, get our brush wet, get some of that water off. Let's get our gold gouache for the next step. We're gonna make these broken places beautiful. Let's get, I just want a lot of it on my brush there. Okay. And just paint in between these guys.
Watch your head.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, there's no need to put this on a palette. We're just taking it straight from the jar here. And I just like that, like, they chose metallic, like gold, like it has a little, you know, shiny, shimmery property to it.
Well, and you consider gold a high quality metal or material, so it makes sense for them to choose something that makes that emphasize the broken piece being a better story, like making a better, beautiful story.
I love that.
So when you're using gouache, what consistency are you going for?
Oh, like,
Because you want it to, because especially for like the people that might get a hard ball of gouache, when you water it down, is it similar to watercolor or is it thicker?
I feel like it's just a little bit thicker than watercolor. So you don't want to add a lot of water to it because then it will water it down. So if you're seeing that you're not getting this like really brilliant gold color, then you probably just need to use less water, like get it wet and then just brush it on. That's good because, yeah, if you haven't ever used that, that might be like a little tricky. And I'm going to leave a little bit of white here just so that tear is still obvious, but we got the gold in there. I think that's nice.
I do too. Watch your head.
It's easy to look back at a thing that felt like a rough patch or a broken part of a story and say like, oh, I can see, you know, where that experience really shaped everything that happened after that. But sometimes when we're going through those things at the time, or it just happened, like just broke that dish or whatever, it's like, oh man. So I think that this is an opportunity to try to be mindful, like as it's happening, but by no means do I think that you'll be able to like, just like paint it gold and move on. Like, you know, like that's, I'm just inviting us to be mindful and to adapt a new way of thinking about something. And I just like thinking about how I can apply that to my art and be able to enjoy the process of making art. So I hope that you'll think about this as an opportunity to look at a failure in your art or just like a whoops, that didn't go how I thought, and see what you can do to make it beautiful and appreciate the mess and all the things that come with being brave and making art. You know?
Cool.
How's that looking?
It looks
got
awesome.
Enough gold on there? Yay! I think we're good. Thanks so much for doing this broken dish project with us. I hope that you enjoyed it. I want to see, you know, how you do this. If you try different paper or different arrangements, or if you decided to do a full spread, or if you decide to maybe do what we were talking about here, this last tutorial where you do the paper on top of it. We love seeing what you make, and you can share those things with us on our Facebook group, which is Let's Make Art Journals, or you can share it on our Instagram with the hashtag Let's Make Art Journals, or you can even tag us in there. I love this community that we get to share the things that we make and our ideas about it, and I just welcome that conversation. Thanks so much for joining with this and making this with us, and we'll see you next time.